Welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube history. This is the dynamic Sean's View Entertainment right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. On Raw, conspicuous by their absence, Raw was without Randy Orton and Chris Jericho, former world champions, former WWE champions in their own right. There was a lot of gossip. Quite frankly, there was a lot of speculation and rumors running rampant about why Jericho and Orton were not there. Well, at first, there was speculation that Randy Orton was injured or in some kind of trouble, some sort of trouble, with higher-ups in the company. Or even that Randy Orton failed another drug test. It's being said that none of that is true. Randy Orton and Chris Jericho were off this week's Raw because they were given time off. As noted, they will be doing a highlight reel segment on next Monday's Raw. And that's fine that Jericho and Orton weren't on the Raw, although they could have probably added a hell of a great thing to this Raw because it absolutely sucked. But here's what I got a little problem with. Here's where I'm a little confused, a little conflicted. What happened to the Bray Wyatt, Chris Jericho program? Weren't they supposed to have another outing? Whatever happened to Randy Orton and Roman Reigns' storyline? The WWE has just seemingly dropped it off the face of this planet. Are we going to get an Orton-Jericho feud? I damn well hope so, because these two had a short program, and it really never got started. It really never manifested itself. It really never reached the potential that we knew it could be. So if Orton and Jericho are going to come out of this, and they dropped Roman Reigns and Orton and Jericho Wyatt for this, to have Orton and Jericho go at it, Orton Y2J, I have no problem with that. If that's going to be Jericho's going away match, well, that's even better. I mean, Randy Orton and Roman Reigns, they had some good matches. They had some good chemistry. Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho, I really can't say the same about them. They worked their asses off. They did everything they could do, but I was not feeling that feud. You know, it was just two opposites, and it just didn't attract to me. So this is where, at one point where, you know, even though I'm confused about how the WWE is going about this, it's a good confusion, because if we're going to get Orton and Jericho out of this, well, then I got no complaints. But once again, how can the WWE just drop the rivalry, then just drop the feud? You know, you got two totally different things going on right now, and I don't know. It really, I mean, the WWE logic, it doesn't add up. It doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it's not logical. But if we're going to get Orton and Jericho out of this, and they're going to have a highlight reel segment, and this is going to happen to be a match on a pay-per-view like Night of Champions, hey, and then what about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins? It seems like those two are tangling up now, so that could also be good for Roman Reigns. Subscribe.